Hello, and welcome to my guide for the Steam Machine MK2-in-1, or the Mek Brothers, the Mek Boys, the Mek Duo, the Drunk Dwarves, and the Mek Cannon things. Guide for one of the possible second bosses in Iratus in the Dwarven tunnels. So, this is also part of the current playthrough I'm doing through Cataclysm 1, so the difficulty for this will be basically around Cataclysm 1. You might be able to expand it to higher levels of Cataclysm, but odds are if you're past Cataclysm 1 or 2, you probably don't need me to tell you how to play it. But anyway, so this is kind of a hybrid guide than a playthrough. So, going to go over the strategy for these guys here. So first, let's go over their basic abilities, and what you need to look for in them, and what's the good ideas. So, I do not have the other one in my Humatorium, and I don't exactly want to look at, the full details on Wiki or anything. Because generally they're the same, and, well, I just want to see if this strategy works. And I'll just tell you straight, having just made an attempt with my old strategy and absolutely got smoked by these guys, I kind of remember what they do now. And though the difference between him and him is very small. So, looking at the first one, again, there's two of them. You look at their trait, and you can look at their stats first. You can see his attack isn't super high, but you'll see why that's not an issue for him. He has very high sanity and very high health. He's a boss. Accuracy is extremely high, he has no evasion, decent chance to crit, and he has 35 physical armor, no resistance, and starts with 2 wards and 4 initiative. So, his feature, he doesn't escape. Like any boss, they do not escape. And it also has the hidden thing of they don't go insane. They don't have sanity checks. He can't be moved. Not really a thing. And not like it matters, because as you'll see, they exchange positions a lot. And takes up 2 positions. And since there's 2 of them, your screen's full. So it's 2 bosses in there. Big thing is he acts 3 times in a turn. That's going to be very problematic, and that's where their main power comes from. Not that any of their attacks are devastating by themselves, they can just do them so many times. And don't forget, there's 2 of them, and they both have this trait. So, they both get between the 2 of them, they have 6 actions a turn. And he has shared vigor and sanity with the second machine. This is one of the things you'll need to take advantage of. So, going forward, just note that the other one is pretty much the same stats. The only big difference is, instead of having 35 armor, he has 35 resistance. That's not really a big concern with how you're going to do, how you're going to set up your fight against him.
Being alive is this exciting. I might as well climb back into my tomb.
And since it's a boss fight, anytime you're worried about armor, you just bring somebody who can chew up armor. But we're not concerned about armor since we're going to try to beat them with stress. So his first ability is he will move backwards 2. Basically, he moves behind the other machine if he's in front. And he will mark a selected position. Beginning of his next action, the Steam Machine MK deals 120%, 28 to 31 magic damage to the target at the position. And sets him on fire for 2 turns, dealing some more damage, and this doesn't expend an action. It's a trap, and it does damage and puts you on fire. Magic damage. Now, the other one is physical attack that hits everything, for not much damage, but again, with 3 actions, that just adds damage. And a physical attack where he can target everybody except the person in the back. So, and it deals damage twice for a generous amount considering how many times you can do it, and it debuffs somebody for 2 turns at -3 armor. He has no other abilities. And the other guy's pretty much the same, it's just his trap is a little different. I think it does, I want to say it does physical damage, but regardless, it kind of does the same thing. It deals damage and it puts debuffs. So they're pretty much the same in that regard. They both have the all attack and the other attack. So, essentially what these guys do, there's 2 of them, and they'll each take 3 turns. They'll flip positions because each of their traps causes them to switch positions. So they'll switch positions once or twice a turn because they always put down a trap. I think they're almost guaranteed to always put down a trap, but I don't think they'll ever have, between the 2 of them, they'll ever have multiple traps down. I don't remember ever seeing that. I might be proven wrong, but usually I only see 2 traps up, 1 for each of them. And so that's their abilities. And like I say, the other guy does the same thing, so they swap positions. They basically just shoot you down, reduce your armor of your tanks, and they don't exactly burst you down in 1 or 2 turns. Like, the first 2 turns, you're not going to say, oh god. Well, you might. This is Cataclysm, after all. But the big thing is they just wear you down because they just get to act so much. They just have so many attacks and, well, this is a stamina fight. You are not bursting them down by any means. They will burst you down first. And between their armor and start off with wards and their high health, even though they share it, you need to make sure you bring in lots of sustain. And that's what our strategy is going to revolve around. At least my strategy will. So, I'd like to note, I just used this strategy before, tried it, and they mopped the floor with me. I got them to about 70% sanity, but I ran out of steam. Pretty much I had this set up here. I'm going to use it again, but I'll tell you what I did wrong and what's different. And the only one that survived was the mummy. He's brought to die, so that's not a big deal. The fight ended pretty much when they killed the lich, because he is the linchpin, hehe, it's funny, laugh. He is the most important thing. He's the one that's going to kill them, and I'll show you how in a second. But the lich is squishy and doesn't have any reliable sustain on his own, so everybody else you bring in is pretty much just distract and keep him alive. So, what you're looking at here is the strategy is going to revolve around the lich keeping his trap down, and as they switch positions repeatedly, they keep taking stress damage. And since there's two of them, they keep switching positions. Whenever they enter the clouds, they take stress damage. This is the main thing you want to do. While it's going to be hard to keep two traps down a turn, as you'll see, because the lich also has to take some turns to sustain and do other things, it still does good damage. Even if you have one down, again, since they share sanity, it's doing double duty. For the lich's equipment, I just have him deal extra damage to a leech, you'll see why in a bit, and have him take reduced magic damage. Because really, I think what kills him is the traps, which I'm gonna show you a way to handle those, or more specifically, how you have to be very proactive and not in making sure that you don't have your squishy get blown up by a trap and let your tanks take it. Whoops, need to go back. Not really much else. The only big thing I'll say is you don't want to have cruel sacrifice. You want to have cannon fodder, because you want cannon fodder because you want to heal. You want to use sacrifice to heal when you use it. Anything else, and between these two, neither of them do the thing you want. Obviously, they're bosses, so this isn't going to do anything. So you go with this. Again, their armor and resistance isn't going to matter, but it's more useful, and generally I find it more useful in general, and you get that extra dread. So I'd suggest that. Now, the infested is cannon fodder. I basically bring him to the start to help knock off their wards, and when he dies, he does stress damage to them. And you'll largely be using him as the initial sacrifice to heal yourselves, gain some health back, and that's pretty much what he's there for. Because you're going to be summoning skeletons in his place. The mummy is used to eat the debuffs. The on fire debuffs as well as the armor reduction debuffs. You pretty much just have him wait each turn, and at the end of the turn, absorb curses, especially at this level, and just eat the debuffs. He's really not going to do anything else, because that's going to be a full-time job. And that keeps him sustained, keeps the debuffs off your people, so he's essentially a tank and a support all in one. The Dark Knight has another function. He's also a tank. He draws fire. He's part of a stress team, and in his spare time you can have him doing this. But really what he's going to be doing is taking hits and getting you this. This will get you the wrath you need to do certain things. Actually, now that I'm even thinking about it, I'm debating bringing him over the Bone Golem. Because while he's tanky and heals himself, the Bone Golem can place wards. Am I convincing myself to change right now? I think I am. Okay, well, we'll think about it as we go through this, because he's basically a big part of my stress team, and I use him as a tank. But since these guys reduce armor, and he has low health and can get blown up, but the big thing is he gives wrath. But if I replace him with the Bone Golem, you're not going to need the wrath. The only thing you'll need wrath for is the lich. So we're going to have to think about that, actually. Anyway, this guy is pretty much just a tank. He can give you mana, he can give you wrath, but he's mainly tanking, and since there's no debuffs you're really going to be doing, yeah, I'm kind of thinking I'll put the Bone Golem in over him. Anyway, let's do that for a second. But you'll need a tank. Bone Golem's a little bit more sturdy, as you can see. Way more health, even though he doesn't have as much armor. I mean, they strip armor and then they'll keep shooting you. Plus, he has this, so, and he takes less damage. So I think I've just convinced myself to take the Bone Golem, and he can do wards as needed. And he also has his own sustain, as you can see. I think I just convinced myself. Okay. Right, so taking the Bone Golem. And I've pretty much gone over every roll. The big thing is keeping the trap down, keeping the Lich alive. And we're also going to do that with potions. Every turn we can, we're going to throw this on the Lich. Why? Because that gives him reliable sustain because he can keep that trap down. And the more of these he has stacked on him, the less he dies. Not really useful on anybody else since they don't do damage. But you need it on him, and you keep, basically you need to take that, give him sustain. You kind of want to do that with every boss fight, to be honest. I think the Ancient Vampiric Blood is the best potion. I say that, but I haven't seen all the potions. Eventually I'll do that. But anyway, eventually. Probably gonna need to, considering I already failed one boss fight in this one. So that's what we're looking at. This is the setup we'll go with. The biggest fear is the Lich dying. He's, again, the most important thing in this fight. Without him, you don't have any damage. Especially with this setup. The Infested is going to die. At one point, I'm probably going to sacrifice him. And then summon a Skeleton. And the Skeleton, since the Skeleton has the ability to not get debuffed, and can actually put up his defenses, he's actually going to last pretty long in this fight. Longer than most tanks. And since I don't care if he lives or dies, if he gets low or if he's about to die, sacrifice him. And here's an important thing that I'm going to try. This is one of the biggest differences I'm going to use. I'm going to use this. I don't find this useful in any other fight because I never plan on my minions dying. But since when a minion dies, all of them recover 75% vigor, anytime I sacrifice a skeleton, or when I sacrifice this initial infested, everybody goes back to nearly full. Because first off, they're recovering 40. And I don't feel like doing the math, but I get the feeling 40 is easily 25% of everybody's, except probably the Bone Golem. Yeah, he's at 198, so 25% for him would be about 40. So it's pretty close, though. So everybody will pretty much go to full between the part, because if I'm understanding it correctly, I've never used it because I've never had to. Since, even though it's one-time use, it's going to happen throughout the fight. So, I was actually going to take this, but since I only need Wrath now for the Lich, I don't think it's as necessary. And you're mainly going to be using mana to switch positions, probably between these two to make sure that the Lich doesn't get nuked. Mummy can take it, Lich can't. As much as I hate to throw out some parts, because I don't have too many good ones, as you can see, my stock has been rather low. I think what I will do is first show you my talents, just to flesh it out. I mainly went with Alchemy. Really, the only spell I have is Fate. I have this for extra initiative. I actually used a Spiderweb before to put him behind on initiative, but it's not going to be as important, I don't think. And they have 4, he has 5. Mummy doesn't matter because I'll always want him to go last. And I can just give myself initiative with any mana I have. Of course, the other problem is I'm not going to have much mana, but I'm not going to have the mana regen I did before, but I got 100 going in, and I'm not going to use it for anything other than movement and maybe occasionally initiative. My artifacts, nothing too terribly impressive. Anyway, I think we're ready to attempt at this point. So, I'm keeping the Lich as second right now because what I want to happen, another big thing I messed up, is whenever I summon the Skeleton, I didn't have him in a position he could do anything. Granted, I kind of summoned him late. So, what we're going to do is have him back here so that, because big thing also to remember about the Lich is in order to cast a Toxic Cloud, he can't be in the 4th position. So when this dies, you're going to summon a skeleton to the back because it's your empty spot. So you're going to want the skeleton to come up. So what's going to happen is the skeleton will be here, and you can eventually have him move up, and then he can start taking hits. And the Lich will be in the 3rd position, the Mummy will be in the back. Mummy can eat debuffs from wherever, and Lich can cast this from the 3rd position. And of course, when the skeleton eventually dies, everyone moves up, and you just repeat the same thing. Because, again, another thing with skeletons, if you remember from their abilities, because I'm sure you don't use them much after a while, well, it's not Embrace Mediocrity you care about. It's Astounding Fortitude. Move him to 2nd position, it marks him. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so you'll want to use this, mark it on the... They changed that. Oh, wow, I hadn't noticed that because it's been so long since I used a skeleton. Okay, this is looking even better. So basically, you'll want the skeleton to move up. He can move up with show them their place. He'll just basically use his first turn to move up. And then he marks this guy and just starts taking hits for him. And then when he eventually dies or about to die, you heal because, boom. Alright, I think that's going to work. Okay, but now I actually have to win. So keeping in mind, I fought these guys before. I forget whether sanity reduction remains or not, but I will have an advantage going in. Though it'll be pretty odd. I think if the strategy doesn't work still, it's not going to matter if they're 60 or 70% sanity. They need to be like 40, because that's as low as well, we're about to see. So who's ready? I'm not ready, because if I lose this particular fight again, I have to take in the physical team to fight them, and I don't think it's going to work, because my physical setup is not meant to sustain through that much damage. Physical team is meant to burn down one target very quickly, and there's no burning these guys down quick. Alright, so boys and girls, make sure I have that. Are we ready? Let's hope this works this time. This is a guide, but I'm not feeling very confident, but we'll see. Yee. We've read this already. I'm not interested. Nope, they're full stamina again. Not a big deal. It's a big deal. I'm scared. So, here's what we're going to do. First things first.
Do nicely.
So, we're going to first try to knock off some wards. For no reason other than that's all you're going to be useful for. Okay, so, as you can see, he's already knocked off some armor. And he's put his trap down. I don't care if it's on the bone golem. So, it was the gold one I looked at, right? Yes. Okay, so another thing this pretty much shows me... Actually, wait, it doesn't matter because I always switch positions. So, let's drop the trap. Yes. Ward. I want him to wait because I want him to take his turn first. Well, why is his initiative so low? 4-4? Or is everybody just 4 and 5? Yeah, everybody's just 4 and 5 except for the undead guy. You wait. You wait too. Not a fan of the bone golem, huh? Okay. Okay, so, first things first, we're going to be more proactive in this time. These two are going to switch, now I got to move you forward.
Strength through pain.
Because again, he's tanky, he will take the hits much better. And this is all we're going to be using our mana for, so... Alright. Next one. So now we get to see this shine. So now we wait a turn. Bone Golem is going to take a lot of damage. That's perfectly fine. In fact, that's encouraged. Okay. Ooh, just taking it. Okay. So, we're going to eat the debuffs. Ow. Okay. So, I'm already worrying about the Bone Golem. He's taken a lot of damage already. He won't be able to kill him. He'll recover 20. Now, since the Lich still has his wards, I'm not really convinced moving him is worth it right now. So he's fully armored up again, but he just doesn't have that much armor to begin with. Let's keep the damage rolling. Right now, the Lich is not in any trouble, and you're not going to actually get any health back, so... But just to be sure... Because in the unfortunate event the Bone Golem does die, I can still summon more skeletons, and this is still winnable. So... It's not the end of the world or this fight if he dies. Let's keep the damage rolling. Actually... oh, that'll work. Watch this. So we'll wait. Again, ward. Okay. Alright. So. Now things start to get hairy. I'm going to do this because he can remove debuffs on him, and I don't want him to take any more big damage. But I am going to switch their positions. Oh, wait, no, we're not, because neither of them have the thing. Alright. That's fine. That's not fine. Okay.
Extinction of life.
Yeah, see, now he's getting health back. Okay, do we have potions yet? No. Because as you see, it's stacking. So. What's about to happen is I'm about to make the first sacrifice. So. So here's what's about to happen. Switch.
Pain.
Move debuffs. Okay. Alright, now the fun begins. Okay. So... and he didn't have any armor, so that's not a big deal. Boom.
My hordes are without number.
And everybody's full now. And you're in a position I don't want you to be in. That's okay, though, because we can just do this. A boop.
Through pain.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. Okay, so now we just got to keep this up. That's fine. Please beat the crap out of him. That's what he's there for. Wait, because I want you to heal up. Uh-huh. That's a lot of pain. Ow. Please not another. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so eating all debuffs now. Healing up. Now we're going to put him up in front so that he can take some damage. Because he is a skeleton and he's basically fodder. Literally. Don't care about that. Just want him up there. Unfortunately, you're going to take... No, you have a ward, so you're fine. But... yeah, that's fine. There we go. You need to start healing again. Nobody has any debuffs, so just wait. Oh, that hurts so bad. It's fine. Please target him. Please don't do that. Haven't seen much of that. Okay, this does require a little bit of luck, unfortunately. Please, yes, target the mummy. Okay, throw another potion on you. Okay, who has debuffs? You do. And you do. Ouch! Oh, you have 2 marks? Dang. Huh, that's not good. But you're not really going to be targeted all that much back there. Oh, another. Give him another.
Decay, corruption, extinction.
Okay, party time. So let's just avoid you attacking my Lich for a while. He can't be debuffed. You can't reduce his armor. What a beast. Okay. I just realized that's bad for you, though. Now you're kind of low. Uh-oh. He's fine. You don't care.
Hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
He don't care. Keep targeting him. Ugh. Should have brought more skeletons. We're in... Oh no, the mummy! He might go down. So much damage, man. I think I gotta do the sacrifice play on the skeleton early. Yep, gonna have to. Summon another. Okay, not a problem. What do I want him to do in the meantime? How much does it take to summon a skeleton? 65? I'd love to do a stress attack, but I don't think it's worth risking it. Yeah, well, you going to full is going to make a big difference. Alright, I got to think about this for a second. Nobody else is doing any damage, so giving anybody else this is... Let's just throw the last one on you. Okay. Ooh, that'll work. I can put a free ward up. But on who? Much damage? 25, 26. And he has 20 left. Yeah, he'd die next turn if he was going next. But that's okay, because we're about to solve that problem. Because I still need to summon a skeleton. Again, 30. Okay. So. Just, no. Better not risk it. Not really anything he can do otherwise. Just wait. You're fine, because you're about to heal the full. So 15. Yeah. Who do I want to put a ward on? I think you'll be fine for now. Put one on the Lich. Again, he can actually be legitimately bursted down. And sacrifice.
But that one was my favorite.
Everybody's back to full. Okay. You're about to take that hit, but I'm okay with that. Bring back another skeleton. Ooh, he gets to move up to front next turn. The only thing I need to worry about, which I'll worry about when the Lich can actually take his turn. Okay. That's annoying. Alright, skeleton's in position now. At full health, I'm a little less worried about getting blown up. So, ward up. Now we need to switch positions. I hate to have the Lich take the hit, but I even less like
Pain.
Damn it, I did that wrong. Okay, not a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. Alright, wait. Please don't focus fire him. That's fine. Good. Uh-huh. Don't have a spell this turn. Not much I can do about it, unfortunately. Currently not doing any damage. That's okay. Here's what's going to happen. Move up.
Through pain.
Okay, so the mummy is now a little bit safer. Since if I remember correctly, these guys can't single target the person in the back, right? Correct. That's the only one they can't target. So the mummy's safe for now. So what I need to do is... Where is it? Astounding Fortitude. Trap it.
This will be your end.
Cool. If they both target him, he's not going to die. He's just going to take a lot of damage. Okay. If he gets too low, I have to sacrifice the skeleton again. Well, he might go down on his own. Uh-huh. Ow. Huh. Watch. Okay, well, looks like I'm going to have to block for you now. Seems terrible, but we're doing it. Uh-huh. Yeah, if I need to sacrifice, I'll have another chance.
Ah, your frail body's failed.
Ouch. The fun thing about this is even if they kill him, that's still a lot of health everyone gets back. problem with the skeleton is since he can't be debuffed, the mummy takes a lot of it can't heal as much. Ouch. I think we got a sacrifice again coming up. Yep, that's what we're doing. Not a problem, though. And again, I just don't want to risk not being able to... So, you wait.
I suppose it would have been boring otherwise.
Do I want to ward someone? Probably. Who do I want to ward, though? I forget whether that's physical or not. He should heal. I mean, he's healing for 75% of the damage he deals. Okay. Let's see. If I ward, they're going to get a lot of turns before he does. Okay, we switch over to turn 12 here, so I should use a spell before that. Yes.
Speed of thought.
There we go. Ouch. Not good already. Okay. Okay. I think I'm about to cash in my chips here on the bone golem. Again, though, I can still win if he goes down, but that really is going to suck long term for me. But I do have another brain, so again, not unwinnable, just sucks a lot. His armor's gone. We don't shift over to turn 13, so the mummy gets a turn. So just eat the armor debuffs. Okay. You need to drop this because we need to start doing damage again. I get all my spells back. Okay, here's the issue. Bone Golem can get a whole bunch of his health back, and he's taking greatly reduced damage at this point due to... Problem is, if I do not sacrifice now, the Bone Golem takes a lot of damage, but I'm not doing any actual damage right now. Okay. I don't like this, but I need to actually... They only have 446 sanity left, which means we've gone through a good chunk of their sanity. So we need to keep these traps up. Does everybody still have initiative? Yes, they do. I hate to risk the Bone Golem, but we need to win the fight.
Just a fraction of my power.
Oh yeah, he can't get extra stuff, so move it up. You're up, buddy. Oh no. Well, he gets to move out of it. Skeleton don't care. Stop it. Stop it. Please keep doing that. Okay, well, I hate to just spend it on that, but Guess who really needs to not... Wow, that was a lot of damage. I think we're about to have to drop another sacrifice already. Because he just took a lot of damage. Surprisingly, the Lich moving up is actually going to save him. So yeah, let's do that. I think the Lich is pretty survivable now at this point. So move him up.
Through pain.
Should allow the mummy to survive for a bit. But if you get chain targeted, you're effed. We need to win, though, at this point.
Give them no mercy.
If you would kindly not target him anymore. Up, one more target. He's going down. Okay. Think we can work with this. And we're going to do it by eating a mark. So, Astounding Fortitude marks a minion. Take the hits! That's what you're there for. Alright, you're better now. Okay. I think we're good for a little bit now. Wow, really? If you would kill him... Oh no. Oh no.
Decay.
Okay, good.
Extinction.
Okay, he went nearly back to full. That's essentially what we needed. Well, everybody's super low and the skeleton's about to die. So, I think the correct play is to eat the skeleton. Yeah, it is. We've almost won this, so... Eating the skeleton is the power play. Boom.
Might want to make them a bit sturdier next time.
Lord, this is tough. When does he get to go? He does not get to take any hits for a bit. He has napalm on him. If I have the mummy wait, he can eat more debuffs than when the next time they get to go.
Speed of thought.
Okay. Okay, I like that ordering a little better. Mummy is going to wait. That's the end of the turn. Because he'll be able to eat his debuff before it does any damage. Yeah, okay. Wait. And bone armor. Because at this point, the only way we lose, I think, is if they kill the Lich. Cool.
Now that's gonna leave a mark.
Perfect. Not so perfect. That's fine. Not so fine, but I think... Yep, they're almost dead. Okay. Keep with it, though. Eat the debuffs. Alright. Drop your trap. Should be able to kill them next turn. Now we just need them to have the heart attack. In the strictest sense, I probably should have sacrificed the skeleton.
You will soon
Move it up.
embrace your new existence.
Yeah! Alright! Oh, friggin' frack. Oh, hey, I got the other guy. Jeez. That was... Whew. I mean... Now that I don't think I would have won without the delectable part. I was just that tough. Nice. We'll have to put that on somebody. Probably somebody from our stress team. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Ew. Honestly, not a great haul, but... Oh, that was intense. Now, probably what I'll... yeah, what I'm thinking is I probably won't. I was actually going to put my previous wipe to these guys just to show you how not to do it, but I don't think you even need to see that because you saw all the ways that could have gone wrong just with that. I honestly think these guys are probably like the strongest boss, maybe even, yeah, I mean, because even when my previous playthrough, when it was just the lower levels, this guy was harder than anything, so... And just for any information you might want to have, we'll look at officially. It's MK3 and MK2. Mortal Kombat. So it's, yeah. Trap. Ah, that's the other thing. Instead of having the AoE attack, he heals. Removes all debuffs from allies. Targets deal 30% more damage. Ooh, I did not notice that. Well, okay, that adds extra to that, but we still managed to win. I guess I didn't notice their buff because I didn't really... Not like I really would have had any way to deal with that. I really wouldn't have. So, okay. Well, that was very, very stressful, but we managed to come out of that second time without any major losses. And our Bone Daddy's really big now. Okay, so... Jeez. That was very stressful. So, we're going to reorganize my teams back to what they were. Lich, you're probably retired now. Werewolf. A-Bomb. Void Knight. And Banshee. I was thinking about taking the Banshee to this fight as the back end because I didn't think the disposable was a good idea, but yeah, I would not have survived that any other way other than just sacrificing people constantly. So, okay. Well, so that's my strategy slash playthrough of fighting the Mek Brothers, the MK2 and 3. Yeah, wow, that was tough, but that strategy seems to work. Honestly, I probably... If I hadn't been so far behind with my stress team, I would have had the Lich at a higher level, and I think it would have gone better then. And if I had used the Bone Golem the first time, I might have won. Because, again, he just... Considering his only real sustain is this, and he'd only get 24 from it each time, he would have died, guaranteed, that long into the fight. Unless you have something to heal... taking advantage of all the mana he gets you from that. No, it was a good idea for me to sit him out. I don't think I would have won if he was in there. Although, to be fair, honestly, if you want to just bring 2 disposables and then summon 2 skeletons, you might be able to do that. The problem is then the mummy doesn't have enough debuffs to sustain off of himself. I actually saw that in the back when the skeleton took over. Suddenly, without the armor debuff, since the mummy couldn't be since the skeleton can't be debuffed, the mummy didn't have enough to sustain himself. But I don't think there were too many times where I had to just drop a sacrifice early for the mummy. But yeah, and honestly, I also needed those 5 potions on him. You could probably go for 6, but it's the only way you're keeping him up. But as you just saw, I just used... This was my only damaging source. And I just used that trap, and since they throw in those traps every turn and keep switching, it procced off technically 4 times a turn, because since they share stress, it hits both of them. Anyway, but that's that. I'll pick up on my next actual playthrough video, going into the barracks. We're still in Kata 1. Hopefully, that's probably the hardest thing to fight in the game, but we'll see. So... Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, if you could be so kind as to possibly do all the interactive stuff, like, comment, and subscribe. Why? Because YouTube algorithm loves it. When it loves stuff, it shows my videos more. When my video gets shown more, I might one day reach my dream of becoming monetized and using that money to help put my kids through college because it's expensive, and I'll shamelessly say it each time. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.